For legal reasons, this is for comedy, and we do not want people imitating the actions said in this video. We do not condone any of these actions for legal reasons, and officially, and we condone anyone who would follow this guide. I don't even know if I need that disclaimer, but fuck it, if I do. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. I kind of made this video just to piss off my friend, because I was having a conversation with him that I could not take over. That he was saying that I would lose if I tried to take over an Amish village, and I think he was really wrong about that. So I'm gonna detail my plans on how to invade an Amish village, and I do personally believe that any single person could make use of this and be successful. Now, I think you would need 4 people for this plan at most, and you could maybe even reduce that number depending on certain factors. But I'm just gonna go over the worst case scenario, and then someone watching this guide could maybe use that. Anyway, so the first person you need for this is a logistics guy and a planning guy who like makes up all the plans on how to like finds the village and like gets all the dudes together. Now, that's really it, honestly. Like that would be you. That would be you. That would be your role. Uh, Second off, and I was told that some of the Amish villages have muskets. I don't know how many muskets. And because of that, you need to have someone who has a lot of either hockey equipment or football equipment. Now, of course, since I'm from Canada, we are more partial to hockey equipment. But if you can only get football equipment, that's probably going to work just as well. Yeah, and the reason for that is, hockey equipment. I'm like 99% sure that's more durable than the armor they had in World War One, and muskets barely worked in World War One. So, yeah, I think you're probably good if you have that. Yeah. Okay, third guy you would need is someone who has a car, because you need to get there. But you may be like, well, why can't I just use my car? Well, Amish people do not have roads, so you need someone who has a car for off-roading. And if that's not you, you need to get you need to find someone who has a car that's good for off-roading. Now, the most accessible car would be a Jeep. That is not a Patriot. That is not a Patriot. And a Jeep would be good because the car would also need to have space for 4 armed people, with hockey equipment on. So, a Jeep would be a good choice for that. Now, you would be able to skip this next step, however, if you could find someone who has a Hummer or a Toyota Helix. As long as it's good for off-roading. But anyways, it's a final step. You need like someone who's either really good at welding or really good at car mechanics. Preferably both. Um, because you may need to reinforce the car depending on how many Amish people have muskets. Because I'm not gonna lie, if you're in a Jeep, I'm not gonna lie. There's probably people I know that like could punch through a Jeep if they really, if they really tried to. Granted, I'm pretty sure they're stronger than the strongest Amish people because they have access to way more like foods for a diet. They have access to way more exercise equipment. And they just know more about like science and health and all that. So they're probably stronger, but that still does not negligate the neg- negligate. I hope that's a real word. Um, that does not negate the possibility that musket might be able to pierce through your car. So just to be safe, you're going to want to add fortifications to the car and like maybe add like a turret to the sunroof just in case it's not safe to like go outside. Um, yeah, but yeah, I believe if you do these steps, it should be absolutely impossible to lose. And you will have successfully invaded the Amish. Uh, yeah, that's kind of it.